Hello guys, welcome to Pepcoding, and today in this video we will be solving our question display array in reverse. Okay, so let me explain the question to you first. The question basically says that you will be given an array. Suppose this is the array that is given to you, and you need to print this array in reverse. So just 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10. The question is pretty simple, but the only twist is that you need to do this recursively. So I hope the question is clear to you guys. Now let us discuss the solution approach for this question. Okay, so let me write the indexes of these elements 3, 4. Okay, so like all our questions, we are like all our recursion questions, we are going to solve this using our expectation, faith, and then we will try to meet our expectation using our faith, right? So let me first show you the function, right, which we need to write. So let me bring this to my whiteboard, right? So I hope this is visible. So see guys, this is my display array in reverse function. Okay, what am I passing to this function is the array and an index. Okay, so initially what will be the values? Display array reverse. Okay, I will pass the array and I will pass the index 0 initially. Why 0? Because I'm going to start from this index, right? I'm going to start falling from this index. That is why I'm passing 0. Now, what is my expectation from this function? Okay, so the first thing is most of the time, our expectation is exactly what the question is, right? So what is the question? The question is that we need to print this array ARR in reverse order. So that is exactly my expectation from this function. Okay. What I'm trying to say here is that from my main function, when I called this function display array reverse and gave it the array and index 0, what was I expecting? I was expecting that this function will print these elements from 10 to 15 reverse order, right? So I hope the expectation is clear to you guys. So this is my expectation. Now let us discuss our faith. Okay, let us discuss our faith. So if you guys remember our previous question, that is display array, what was the faith there? I said there that if I print myself and have faith on the remaining elements that they know how to print themselves, then my work is done, right? That is all I need to do. So my faith was print yourself, and then have faith on your neighbors that they know how to print themselves, right? So this was how I met my expectations in the previous question. Now what will we do when we need to print it in the reverse? Sorry for these zigzag lines, I'm actually very new to this whiteboard thing, right? Okay, so let us see my faith for this question. Okay, so if I say I am at this 0, I am at this 0. If I say that I have a faith that my neighbors, that is from this 20 to 50, that my neighbors, that is from 20 to 50, these guys know how to print themselves in reverse. Okay, my faith is that my neighbors from 20 to 50, 50, 40, 30, 20, these guys know how to print themselves in reverse. Then I can simply print myself after them. Okay, this out myself. Okay, and I would have met my expectation. Okay, so let me repeat once again. What I said was I will have a faith, that if I call my neighbor, that is display array reverse for index 1, if I'm sitting here at index 0, and I have a faith that if I call my neighbor, it will print everything in the reverse order. Okay, so for it will print 50, 40, 30 and 20. Then what is my task? If my task is simply, after my neighbor have printed everything, okay, in reverse, all I need to do is print myself, this out myself. Okay, so now let us try to write the code for this. Okay, so now I have already taken the array. I have already taken the array input. I have created a variable n, which is basically the size of my array, taken input in this array. And now what I will do is I will call this function display array reverse, expecting it to print all the elements in reverse. Okay, so this is my expectation. But I told you guys, when I am calling array reverse with index 0, so I am expecting from 0 that from 0 to n minus 1 it will print all the elements in reverse, right? So this is my expectation. Now let's move on to my faith. So what is my faith? My faith is that if my neighbors know how to print themselves in reverse order, and when they have printed themselves in reverse order, all I need to do is print myself. After they have printed themselves in reverse order, all I need to do is print myself, right? So now let me take this code to my whiteboard and we will try to do a dry run for this. Okay, we will try to do, okay, came out by mistake. We will try to do dry run and let us figure out the base condition using the dry run. Okay, so let me put it here. Let me erase all these things. Okay, so let us see. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so first call was for, this is my recursive stack. Okay, array comma index. The first call was for, suppose this array address is 4k, so 4k comma index 0, right? Then again what we did is we called the next element 4k comma 1, 4k, then 1 will call 2, right? So 4k 2. Now I am here, it will call 3, so 4k 3. See, what is happening is we are calling first, we are not doing any work. In our previous question we were doing our work here, right? Here we are first calling and then we are doing our work. So what will happen is we will keep on making recursive calls. Right now I am at index 3, so this function will be called for index 3, and that what will happen is it will call the next index, that is 50, 4k comma 4, right? Now again 50 will call the next index 4k comma 5, but unfortunately we don't have any index 5. So this is our base case. Base case is when index become equal to array dot length. When index become equal to array length, we don't have anything to do because we ran out of array elements, right? We don't have any more array elements, so we don't have anything to do. So this is our base case. Let me write my base case first. So if index is equals to array dot length, simply written. Let me try to run this. Okay, this works fine. Let me try to submit this now. Okay, so everything works fine. So now let me give you a gist or the final some comments on this code. Okay, so if you guys, I hope most of you guys have already understood, but there is something that I want to tell you guys. It is that, see, there are two areas to work in recursion. Okay, the first is this pre area, and after that this is the post area. Okay, this is my recursive call. This is my recursive call, and we have two areas to work. The first is pre area and the second is the post area. In the previous question, when we were just displaying the array, we were working in the pre area. That is why we got the answer 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Why? Because at every point, if I am at tens, what I was doing is I was printing myself and then having faith on these guys, on the remaining people, right? But in this question, what we are doing is when I am at 10, I am not printing myself. I am first calling the recursion, and after everything is done, then I am printing myself. That is why I got the output in 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10, right? So what exactly happened is, I started from this 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. There are two areas. Okay, recursion first goes from this, if I call this bottom, so from bottom to the top, and then it also comes back from this top to bottom, right? So if you work in this pre area, you will get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. But right now we worked in the post area. So what happened is from 10 I jumped to 20, then from 20 I jumped to 30, 30 to 40, and 40 to 50. Now when I reached my base case, that is when I reached here, there was nothing to do. So I came back from here. And when I came back, then I did my work. So 50 was printed. Then I further came back. To 40. Then 40 was printed. Then I further came back. 30 was printed. Then 20 was printed. And at last, 10 was printed. Okay. So I hope you guys understood this. If you like our videos, please subscribe to Pepcoding. Thank you.